So Star Wars is in trouble. Disney is in trouble. We've seen this happening over the last few years, especially this last year with the lockdown, that people are not happy with Star Wars. They're not happy with Disney. They're very, very frustrated with everything that's going on there. And John Boyega is no exception to that role. If you don't know who John Boyega is, he played Finn in the new Star Wars movies, the three sequel movies that came out. And here we have an article. John Boyega had a transparent, honest phone call with Kathleen Kennedy after Star Wars race comments. Hello and welcome to The Ordeal. If you like challenging all things woke, then come back to my channel. I put up videos every few days, and I challenge all things woke. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe. John Boyega has said that he had a transparent, honest phone call with Star Wars producer Kathleen Kennedy after expressing his view that the franchise marginalizes non-white characters. Okay. I don't know what to tell you about that other than what about... there are aliens in Star Wars that are prominent. Define marginalization. Is Yoda marginalized? Is Chewbacca marginalized? Maybe you could call them marginalized because they're not the main characters. Although there's an argument to be made for Chewbacca. But what about the droids, C-3PO and R2-D2? They're very prominent in the series, in the original trilogy. So are they marginalized? In a candid GQ interview 2 months ago, Boyega expressed frustration that non-white characters are pushed to the side in the sequels to The Force Awakens, saying that Disney gave all the nuance to Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley's characters. You could argue that they were pushed aside in The Force Awakens too, because although you were like one of the first characters that we see in the show, your character, Finn, you don't have a strong character arc in the story. So yeah, it could be worse than you think it is. Speaking to the BBC today ahead of the release of Steve McQueen's Small Axe film, Red, White, and Blue, Boyega was asked how the land lies with Star Wars producers after the comments. Boyega explained, so I got on a phone call with Kathleen Kennedy, and she verbally showed support, and we got to have a really nice, transparent, honest conversation that is beneficial to both of us. He continued, I think these kinds of conversations can go into the realm of sounding like you're just trying to save your own career. But what is great now is that it is conversation that anyone has access to. Now people can express themselves about this, knowing that any character we love, especially in these big franchises like the Marvels and Star Wars, we love them because of the moments that they are given. We love them because of those moments and their heroic moments that these producers all decide for these characters. So we need to see that in our characters that are maybe black and from other cultures. Okay, well, you know you're dealing with Disney, and Disney's about the bottom line, and black characters are going to hurt Disney's bottom line. That's the reality that we live in here. In September, Boyega told GQ, you get yourself involved in projects and you're not necessarily going to like everything, but what I would say to Disney is do not bring out a black character, market them to be much more important in the franchise than they are, and then have them pushed to the side. It's not good. I'll say it straight up. Well, like I just said, it's about the bottom line. Disney is not going to make very much money off of your character in China. So you get pushed to the side in favor of the white characters because those are acceptable in China. I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. That's just how it is. If you don't like it, then, go act in countries where the majority of the people are black. And there's not going to be marketing to the Asian countries. That's really the only thing you can do. I think you should probably be thankful that you got put into the biggest franchise in movie history. You should just be like, yes, thank you so much for doing that for me. I understand you gotta make hard choices about how you use me because I'm not considered an acceptable person in some of these foreign countries. That's just the reality. You as an actor are going to be really hard pressed to change the attitudes of an entire half of the largest continent in the world. Okay, because this is not just a Chinese thing. It's not just a Chinese phenomenon. He added, you knew what to do with these other people, but when it came to Kelly Marie Tran, when it came to John Boyega, you know F all. So what do you want me to say? What they want you to say is, I enjoyed being a part of it. It was a great experience. Nah. I'll take that deal when it's a great experience. They gave all the nuance to Adam Driver, all the nuance to Daisy Ridley. Let's be honest. Daisy knows this. Adam knows this. Everybody knows. I'm not exposing anything. If you look at how things are in the world, they break down along racial lines. You see that white countries tend to be accepting of all different races of people. They don't care. Is that true for other countries? No. Not even African countries, right? You can go and say, well, look, like all the white people in South Africa have more power than the black people. That may be true. I don't think that it's true that all, when you make these absolute statements, are usually not true. But what's happening now? There was civil war or civil unrest for years and years. There were legislation against equality, and now that there is equality, the black people are stepping in and saying, hey, we want to take back our country from the whites and not give them as many rights as we give the blacks. So that's why I say you should be thankful, Mr. Boyega. You should be really thankful that you have this opportunity to live in a country that treats you with equality, that treats you the way that it treats people of every other race. And it lets you come to the country without asking anything of you. It doesn't ask a thing of you at all, other than you follow the law. That's it. That's all you have to do. I don't know if England expects you to speak the language. I know in the United States we don't expect you to speak the language, because that would be ridiculous that you speak the dominant language in the country that you live in. What a concept. In June, Kennedy called the actor a hero for a powerful speech he gave at the Black Lives Matter march in London following the killing of Mr. Floyd. Boyega told the BBC today that he hopes McQueen's Small Axe films, which are about the experiences of London's West Indian community in the 70s and 80s, can be taught in British schools to educate them to survive in this world that is changing before our eyes. He also added that he is expecting to spend Christmas in LA, where he is soon due to shoot the Netflix sci-fi movie They Cloned Tyrone with Jamie Foxx and Teyonah Parris. I don't know if I said that name right, but whatever. I think that's the end of the article. Yeah, so you realize that you getting this screen time at all is, you should be happy with that. You should be happy with that. I know that sounds like a very callous thing for me to say, but if we look right here, according to Gallup, the public overestimates the U.S. Black and Hispanic populations. Why do you suppose we overestimate that? It's probably because we're constantly bombarded, inundated with images of black people in our media all the time. We're always being told there's black people doing this, there's black people doing that, and we're always seeing black people on the screen. You can make a movie that is entirely black in its cast. The cast can be totally black. If you do that with white people, oh my God, you're the worst human being ever in the history of humanity, and you need to be shot. That's how people react to that sort of thing. You can make a TV show that has an entirely black cast. You can't make it a TV show today that has an entirely white cast. That would be against the rules. You have to have black people in the show. Do you have to have Hispanic people in there? No. Why don't you have to have Hispanic people in these shows? You have to have Asian people before you have to have Hispanic people. And there's very few Asian people in this country. Let's take a look here at how much the public overestimates the population of black and Hispanic people. On average, Americans say that 33% of the U.S. population is black. That's 20% higher. That's actually more than 20% higher than the actual population of this country. In fact, a majority of Americans, 56%, estimate that the percentage of blacks in this country stands at 30% or higher. As many as 17% of Americans say the percentage of blacks is 50% or greater. Only 7% accurately state that the percentage of blacks falls between 10 and 14% of the entire population. Are you kidding me? This is how much we've been shoving black people onto the screen, putting black people into our media, making a big deal about black people. Sounds like a certain ism to me. What's that one ism that starts with, I think it starts with a, can't quite put my finger on it. What is that one ism that makes one group of people based on the color of their skin like more important than another group of people? Maybe one of you can write it down in the comments for me. Let me know what ism that is. Americans' impressions about the percentage of Hispanic in this country are somewhat more accurate than their impressions about the percentage of black Americans. On average, they say that 29% of the U.S. population is Hispanic, which is slightly more than twice the actual percentage of Hispanics. About 2 in 5 Americans say Hispanics constitute 30% or more of the population. Just 10% accurately estimate between 10 and 14% of the population is Hispanic. So people overestimate these. I don't know why they're overestimating Hispanics in the country. Perhaps it's because we're often told that we have to let more Hispanics in. We're not treating Hispanics fairly. I don't see a lot of Hispanics in media, but that doesn't mean that they're not talked about a lot. It seems like they're talked about a lot. We got to be mindful of the Hispanics and what they want. I know here in California, something like 40% of the population is Hispanic, more so than any other group. It's the largest racial group. So yeah, John Boyega, your priorities are misplaced. You should be very thankful that you get to be where you get to be in life. You get so much more than I've ever gotten. Way more. I mean, all of you listening to this can just look at my channel. Go down and just look right underneath the channel and see how many subscribers I have. And tell me that John Boyega has something to complain about as compared to what I'm going through. I've been doing this channel for a long time now. It's going on 3 years. So yeah, you get handed this huge movie franchise to be a part of. And you're complaining because to cater to a foreign country, they kind of push your character to the side. They didn't know what to do with Kelly Marie Tran. Well, Kelly Marie Tran, it wasn't her that was the problem. It was her character. Nobody understood what her character was there for, other than to be a booty call for your character. That didn't really add anything to the story. The whole sequel trilogy is garbage. Don't watch it. Don't waste your time. I didn't bother to watch the last episode, so I really can't say anything about that. I heard it wasn't very good. I heard it was maybe the best. Some people say it's the best out of the three. Some people say it's the worst out of the three. I don't know. I'm not going to take the time to watch it because I have more important things to do with my time. That being said, thank you very much for stopping by and watching my video. I do appreciate all the support that you give me. Again, like, comment, share, and I will see you in the next video.